Good morning, everyone. Am I audible enough? I hope I am audible. So, going to discuss the NIPER model paper 6, starting first today with non-pharma, total 80 questions, right? One by one. First, we'll be starting with reasoning. Total 25 questions of reasoning or 25 MCQ we are discussing for reasoning. One by one, we'll be doing it. The very first question in front of you is, select the option in which the word shares the same relation as shared by the given pair of words. The pair is bread and slice. The pair is bread and slice, and the options are pizza bite, ice cream scoop, biscuit packets, and cake pastries. So now they are asking, what is the relation between the bread and slice? The same relation you need to apply for the remaining option. Now I can say that the slice is nothing but a piece or a portion of a bread. Slice is nothing but a piece or a portion of a bread. Similarly, when I talk about pizza and bite, no, they don't have such a relation. Bite is not a portion of pizza. When I talk about next option, ice cream and scoop, yes, a scoop is a portion of an ice cream. That I can definitely tell. That's why option B will be here correct answer, ice cream and scoop. Because we have to check the same relation that slice is talking about, it is the portion of bread. Similarly, scoop is nothing but portion of ice cream. Right? When I talk about the biscuit and packet, so packet is kind of a container which has a biscuit in it. And cake and pastries are altogether a different variety, even though they are from the same dessert category, they are different, not a portion. So option B will be correct answer. 4 words has been given, out of which 3 are alike. That means odd one. You have to select the odd one out from it. Cream, cheese, butter, chocolate. So when I talk about this, very simple that apart from chocolate, cream, cheese and butter belongs to the same category. These are all made from milk, right? Okay, all are the dairy product made from milk, but the chocolate is not a dairy product. That's why option D will eliminate it out, and option D is our correct answer. Next is this option, select. This is a series question. 3, 8, 33, 53. What you can see here? What kind of relation you can apply so that you can find this question mark? Can anybody here answer? What relation you can see? Always try to check the difference. So when I see 3 and 8, the difference is 5. Then 33 and 53, the difference is 20. So that means whatever will be the question mark here, difference will be 15. Sorry, 10. Then comes 15. This is how. So it will be option B, correct answer 18. So 5, 10, 15, 20. This is how the difference is moving. Option B is our correct answer. Ramesh told Jamila, my grandfather's only son has only one child and you are the wife of that child. How is the, it is not Reena, how is the Ramesh? How is the Ramesh related to Jamila? Simple is this question they are asking. Now Ramesh told to Jamila, Ramesh, what Ramesh is telling? Ramesh is telling that my grandfather, that means Ramesh grandfather. Ramesh grandfather has only one son. Okay, only one son. And my grandfather's only son has one child. That means the Ramesh grandfather have a child, only son, that also have one son. So that means it is talking about Ramesh itself. So Ramesh is talking about first Ramesh father and grandfather. This is how the relation is. And you are the wife. Who? Jamila is the wife of that child. The child itself is Ramesh and the wife of that particular child means Ramesh wife itself. So how is Ramesh related to Jamila? Ramesh is nothing but husband of Jamila. Simple relation. My grandfather only son means Ramesh father has only one child, that means talking about Ramesh himself, and the wife of that child, that means Jamila is the Ramesh wife, and that's why how they are related, husband wife relation has been given here. Now, Fatima is Jitesh's sister, Fahima's mother. So Fatima is somebody. Fatima is Jitesh's sister. So if I write Jitesh here, Fatima is sister of Jitesh. And Fahima's mother. And she is the mother of Fahima. Fahima's mother. Right? Aziza has only one brother. Somebody named Aziza has only one brother whose name is Munir. Asma is Aziza's mother. So somebody named Asma is mother of Aziza. Suresh is son-in-law of Asma. That means Asma's son-in-law means the husband of Aziza. So here it will be Suresh. How is Suresh related to Fahima? This and this, how they are related, they are asking. But there is no connecting link between them. There is no connecting link between them. There is something wrong with this particular question. Some point has been missing in this question. Some point, some relation is being missing in the question. They haven't told that who is Aziza, the relation 1 and relation 2 is not getting connected. There is no relation, so I could say there is an issue with this particular question. Okay, this question there is something issue. The connection has not been given, even though it is the relation here has not been connected. The words are missing here. Question issue maybe. Kabir Singh is somebody who walked 30 meters toward north. Okay, here it is Kabir Singh who walked 30 meters to north, 40 meters to east, 25 meters to north again, 20, how much? 25 meters towards north, 25 meters towards north, and then 40 again to the west. This is the point he is reaching. He stopped to buy flour. Then he walked north again. Again he is walking north. Okay. How far, in which direction is the Kabir Singh house from the flower shop? So if I am talking about this is the flower shop here. So if I want to check the distance between them, this is the distance. How much distance? 30. 30 plus 25. How much? 55. 55 meter will be the correct one. And in which direction? How far and in which direction Kabir Singh house is from the flower shop? So from flower shop, the house is in the south direction. From the flower shop, the house is in the south direction. That's why option B will be correct answer. Okay, 55 meter and the south one. Pick the odd one out. Chocolate milk, milk dairy, milkshake and milk cake. Now chocolate milk has milk in it, milkshake has milk in it, milk cake has milk in it, but milk dairy is talking about the dairy, not a dairy milk as such, the Cadbury product. They are not asking you here about the Cadbury product. They are talking about the dairy of a milk. Okay, so option B will be odd one out. Milk dairy is not a food item. It refers to the dairy place. Next, select the letters that will come next in the following series. A, F, B, G, C, H, D. So A, B, C, D, E. Next will be E. Where is E? Option B and option C. F gone. Then G, H, F, G, H, I, J. J will be the next one. So option C is correct answer here. Pick the odd one out here. G, H, I, K, M, K, M, O. ACE, MPRT. What relation can you see here? Simply see G, H, I. They are one after the another. K, M, then N is missing. Then A, B is missing. K, L is missing. M, then N is missing. Then O. So everyone has a gap of 1 in it. A, then B is missing. C, then D is missing. Then E. P, then Q, R, then S, then T. That means option A is eliminated because every other letter has a gap of 1 in it, whereas option A don't have any gap in between them. So that's why It is the odd one out from the other place. In certain language, Sachin is written in this word. Geeta will be written in what language? Simply check. The Sachin wordings can be seen here. The A is been coded as 1. The S has been coded as 19. That means they are talking about the alphabets and their positions. Okay. Alphabets and their position has been given. So similarly check the alphabet of G. G is placed at 7th position. So option B gone, option D gone. Then what is the odd one out? Just check this position 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so either it could be 20 or 21. Okay, because A has been numbered 1 here, so the T will be numbered 20. So option A is correct answer. The positions of the alphabet has been given here. In certain language, Ram is written as SBN. Sham can be written as what? Ram is written as SBN. So R, then S. A, then B. M, then N. That is +1 relation has been given. It is a +1 relation. So S, then T. H, I, Y, Z. So T, I, Z, where you can see option A. Rest, you can get it out. Out of the 4 C resource listed, 3 are alike in some manner and 1 is different. That means simply odd one out. Natural gas, biogas, coal and petroleum. What do you think? Which one is odd one out? When I talk about natural gas, when I talk about coal, when I talk about petroleum, all of them are fossil fuel sources. All of them are fossil fuel sources, whereas biogas is from the organic material, or I could say from the renewable sources, right? So option B is odd one out and hence our correct answer. Select the incorrect pair from this category. English Bash people, why you are not answering? Are you people not interested at all in these sessions? Every time the response from the English batch is very, very dull. Incorrect pair. Classroom and playground, computer and software, exam and result, teacher and lecture. What kind of relation you can see? From teacher and lecture, teacher who delivers the lecture. Exam is something, after exam result will be coming. Software runs on the computer. Classroom and playground as such, no direct functional relation between them. So option A is the incorrect one. Good morning. A is the incorrect one. Test tube, dropper, compass, beaker. Odd one out. Check it out and tell me the correct answer. 4 equipments are listed, out of which 3 are alike in some manner and 1 is different. Select the odd one out. Now test tube, dropper and beaker belongs to the laboratory, whereas option C, compass, has nothing to do with it. It is the geometrical tool. So option C will be eliminated out. Kidney, urine, lungs. Lungs, then what? Very simple. Kidney excrete urine. Lung excretes or expels. Kidney excretes urine. Lung excretes or expel, I could say expel carbon dioxide. Option D is correct answer. Option D is correct answer here. Four body part has been given, out of which 3 are alike in some manner and 1 is different. Select the odd one out. Nose, eyes, chin, ears. 16. Answer 16. Chin is only a part of face, do not perform any sensory function. whereas nose is for smelling, eyes and ears are having a sensory function in it. In certain code language, apple is written as CRRNG. Banana can be written as what? Banana can be written as what? Try to solve it out. Apple is written as APPLE, has been written as CRRNG. So A, then we have B missing here, P, then we have Q missing here, again Q, L, then we have M missing here. That means the relation of +2 is happening here. So similarly, banana will be B, C, D. So option C is correct answer. Rest we don't have to think. +2 relation, yes, very correct. +2 relation is happening here. Simple. Check this out. Find it out the correct answer. 7, 12, 22, 42, 82. All of them having the unit digit 2. What do you think, what relation you could find here? What relation can be applied here? Simple check. 7, then 12. So it is 7 into 2, 14 minus 2. 12, 22, 12 2s are 24 minus 2, 22. Similarly, 22 into 2 is 44, 44 minus 2 is 42. So into 2 minus 2 relation is happening. So do it 82 into 2 minus 2. What will be the correct answer? 164 minus 2, 162 is the correct answer. Right? Next relation could be also there. The relation is difference of 5, difference of 10, difference of 20, difference of 5, 10, 20, 40. Then again it could be 80, and so it is 162 also the correct answer. Two way of solving it. You can solve either of the way. Calendar question. Kindly solve it. If 15th of March 2015 was Monday, then 10th of July 2015 will be what day? In batches, I have told this how to solve it. So solve it. You don't have to do a year navigation, you just have to do a month. So we have March, April, May, June. Okay. Odd days. What are the odd days for them? For March, how many odd days? Calculate odd days. Then 15 minus 10 is how much? 5. 5 is the odd number or odd days for the day. For the month one, it will be, in April we have March 3, April will be 2, May will be 3, June will be 30 days or 31st days. Those who are in the batch, I need you people at least to answer this properly. How many odd days for June? Again 3, right? May and June having the 31 days. So how many 3 3s are 9, 10, 11, 11 plus 5, 16. ग्यारह. So अगर मैं इसमें Saturday, that is the correct answer. How you have solved? By month navigation. First we'll be doing the month navigation and then we'll be doing the day navigation. The day navigation is done simply 15 minus 10 we get 5 odd days. And here the month odd days you need to calculate, add it, then divide by 7 to find the odd days of the month, add it with the days, you will get certain odd days. You have to add that odd days in the Monday itself. You will get Saturday as the correct answer. Four cities has been given out of which three are alike in some manner, odd one out. Patna, Jodhpur, Kohima, Shimla. What relation you can find? Patna is capital of Bihar. Kohima is capital of Nagaland. Shimla is capital of Himachal Pradesh. But Jodhpur is not capital of Rajasthan. Jaipur is the capital of Rajasthan. And that's why option B gets eliminated out. Kavita do yoga practice daily to the rock garden. The garden is towards east from her house. Here it is. Kavita's house towards east is the rock garden. From the garden she goes to her friend Rekha's house which is towards east of the garden. Now this is the garden and east of the garden is again this position only, right? Now in what direction is the Kavita's house from the Rekha's house? From Rekha house. This is the house of Rekha. This is the garden. This is the Kavita house. So when I talk about from the Rekha house, the Kavita house is in which direction? In the direction of west. Day is to night, then sky is to day is to night, then sky is to what? Day and night are opposite to each other. Sky and earth will be opposite to each other. Yes. Solve this out. Replace the question mark 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. Then simply what is 5 2s are 10, 10 2s are 20, 20 2s are 40, 40 2s are 80, 80 2s are 160. Odd one out. Cat, dog, monkey, eagle. Cat, dog, monkey, eagle. Eagle will be odd one out. Rest are mammals. Okay. Select the correct word pair. Abhinav Bindra shooting, Saina Nehwal boxing, Mary Kom wrestling, and Mithali Raj badminton. Correct. They are asking correct. Saina Nehwal is there in badminton. Mary Kom is there in boxing, not wrestling. And Mithali Raj is in the cricket. Okay, she is in the cricket. So option A is itself correct answer. Abhinav Bindra is in shooting. Now next is total 26 questions from general knowledge. Sun Pharmaceutical was founded by whom? Sun Pharmaceutical was founded by whom? Yusuf Ahmed, Yusuf Hamid, Dilip Sanghvi, Satish Mehta, Kalam Anji Reddy. Sun Pharmaceuticals was founded by whom? Very easy question. Option B is correct answer. Dilip Sanghvi in 1983. GST was introduced in India on which date? 1st of January 2016, 1st of July 2017, 15th of August, 26th of January. You should be very careful that 2017 is the correct answer. So option A and D got eliminated and 1st of July is the one when it got introduced, and it was recently amended in the September 2025. It got amended, and there are two slabs of GST currently working, the slab of 5% and the slab of 18%, right? All the other slabs has been removed. So option A is B is correct answer. The headquarter of SEBI, Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. SEBI is for regulate what? All the shares, all the stocks, the trading related thing is being regulated by SEBI. Right? So now the SEBI is nothing but Security and Exchange Board of India. The headquarter is there in Mumbai. Who is known as founder of Mankind Pharma? R.C. Juneja, Satish Mehta, Dilip Sanghvi and Pankaj Patel. You should be very careful that we have eliminated option C. Rest we know. In 1995, the Mankind Pharma was founded by none other than whom? R.C. Juneja. Biocon was founded by whom? Namita Thapar, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, Indra Nooyi and Falguni Nair. Biocon was founded by whom? Option B, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw in 1978. The White Revolution related to fish, wheat, milk or cotton. For cotton it is known as Silver Revolution. Right? For jute it is known as Golden Fiber Revolution. Option C here is correct answer. White Revolution is related to milk. Then there is Green Revolution for the agriculture. Okay. There is one also Pink Revolution, that is for prawns. So hence option C is correct answer. 𝙂𝙖𝙎𝑎𝑎𝑎𝑠 Kurin is the one, I don't know whether written or not. 𝙂𝙖𝙎𝑎𝑠 Kurin is the one who has started with this milk revolution. So 𝙂𝙖𝙎𝑎𝑠 Kurin, Operation Flood has been given where the production of milk get increased, and 𝙂𝙖𝙎𝑎𝑠 Kurin is somebody who is known for the pioneer of the White Revolution. Inflation means what? Rise in unemployment, fall in prices, general rise in prices and increase in export. Inflation is nothing but a rise in prices. Whenever the price of certain basket of commodity get increased, suppose yesterday you were buying for 1 rupee, you were buying one chocolate. Today you have to give 2 rupees for buying the same chocolate. That means the price has been increased for that particular commodity, and this has been known as inflation. Similarly, we have deflation, the opposite of inflation. Similarly, we have skewflation. What is skewflation? In which you must have seen that sometimes the company, rather than increasing the price, they will decrease the content. That means if there is one packet of biscuit which used to have 5 biscuits for 5 rupees, now they will be doing 4 biscuits for 5 rupees. The cost is not getting increased, but the quantity is getting reduced. So that is known as skewflation. So you can know this term also. Option C is correct answer. Okay. Demonetization was announced in India in 2014, 15, 16 or 17. What do you think? Demonetization was announced in which year? 2016. 8th of November 2016 is the time when the demonetization of the currency happened. Fiscal deficit, very nice. Fiscal deficit means what? Import exceeds the exports, government expenditure exceeds the revenue, increase in inflation, fall in GDP. Fiscal deficit, revenue deficit, these are the terms which is associated. Whenever the government expenditure is more than the government revenue, then we are falling, because if you have 100 rupees and you are spending 110 rupees, that means you are shortage of You have shortage of 10 rupees and you must have bought it for, took it from your friend or something. So this is your deficit, something which is less with you, but still you have done it. So it is the expenditure getting more than the revenue. At which location on Earth are the days and night equal length throughout the entire year? North Pole, South Pole, Tropic of Cancer, Equator. This is Earth, this is Equator, this is Tropic of Cancer. Here it is Tropic of Capricorn. This is North Pole. This is South Pole. At which location the days and nights will be at equal throughout the year, entire year? See, it is option D. Okay, at the equator. At equator is nothing but equator is the line which divides the earth into equal half. Above the equator is the northern hemisphere and below the equator is the southern hemisphere. Okay, above the equator is the northern hemisphere, below the equator is the southern hemisphere. The sun directly shines over the equator. Okay, and there are slant rays which is going on to the north pole and the south pole. So equator will be having both the equal days and equal nights. Which planet is known as green planet due to presence of high methane gases? Methane gas is highly present in which planet system? Which planet is also known as, one more question associated with it. Which planet is also known as Earth twin? Which planet is also known as Earth twin? First of all, the correct answer for the high presence of methane gas will be found in Uranus. We will be finding in Uranus. Next, we should also known as Earth's twin. Venus is known as Earth's twin. Next is Mercury is the closest to the Sun. If I talk about Sun, Mercury is the closest. Then comes this Venus. Then comes this Earth on the third number. Then comes this Mars. Okay. Mercury is closest as well as smallest. Then after that we have Jupiter, Saturn and so on. So you should know this 4 sequence at least. Mercury is closest to the Sun, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars. Which is the only sea in the world that does not have any land coastline? Sargasso Sea, Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea and Caribbean Sea. See, Sargasso Sea is as such I could say a best fishing ground, because where this is the place where the hot and cold current meets, and Sargasso Sea don't have any land boundary attached. It is present in North Atlantic Ocean. Red Sea has a land boundary attached that you can see. Mediterranean Sea also has a land boundary attached. Caribbean also has it, but Sargasso Sea don't have the land boundary attached to it. You can see here. This is the Sargasso Sea. Okay, because there is a cold current and there is a hot current and cold current meeting. It is forming here the Sargasso Sea. In which Indian state Garo Hills is located? There is Garo Hills, Khasi Hills, and there is 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙎 Hills. Garo, Khasi, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙎. All these 3 hills are located like this: Garo, Khasi, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙎. Okay, and this is present like this is Assam, and below Assam we have Meghalaya. So in the Meghalaya you will get the Garo, Khasi, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙎. Understood? Then we have Abor Mishmi, Abor Hills, Mishmi Hills, Abor Mishmi, both of them is present in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Garo, Khasi, 𝘿𝙄𝙎𝙎. Then we have Patkai-Bum, Naga Hills in Nagaland. Patkai-Bum, you can see this Patkai-Bum is also present. Then Naga Hills. Patkai-Bum is there in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. What is the capital city of Australia? Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra and Brisbane. Simple. Option C, Canberra is the correct answer, the capital city of Australia. Which atmospheric layer contains the ozone layer that protects the earth from dangerous UV radiation? See, if I am talking about earth, if it is this earth, the first layer is troposphere, then we have stratosphere, then we have mesosphere, and then we have thermosphere. Okay, TSMT. These are the layer. In stratosphere is that particular layer where the ozone molecule will be present. So option B will be correct answer. Option B is our correct answer. Stratosphere is the one where the ozone is present. If somebody talk the meteors where it is present, so you can give the answer as mesosphere. The thermosphere is also divided into two parts, that is ionosphere and exosphere. Okay, ionosphere and exosphere. If they will ask you where is the ionosphere located, then it is thermosphere. Where is exosphere located, then it is the outer portion of thermosphere only. Which country has most natural pyramid in the world? Egypt, Sudan, Mexico, Peru. Easy question for you people. Right? Not that easy, because we know that there are massive pyramids in Egypt, but maximum number is there in Sudan. Sudan is where? In the African continent, in Africa. Okay, Sudan in Africa. Mexico is what? America, American continent. Continent of America, you will get Mexico there. Then in North America specifically. Then Peru is in South American continent. Okay, so option B, Sudan is the correct answer. Which country has the longest international border with India? Longest international border with India. Which country? Do we have border with China? Yes. Do we have border with Pakistan? Yes. Do we have border with Bangladesh? Yes. Do we have border with Nepal? Yes. That is correct. But longest international border been shared with whom? Yes. Bangladesh is the largest, and the smallest, for smallest one? Good morning. For the smallest, please tell me, smallest border, longest you know, but which is that particular nation smallest border sharing with India? There is one mnemonic for this. I will make one video where all these terms could be known. Let me see if I am getting my mnemonic one. Um, I have to check that mnemonic PDF. No, the smallest one is Afghanistan. Okay, India share the smallest border with Afghanistan, the longest border with Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. Yes, India do share certain part of Ladakh region with the Afghanistan. So option C is your correct answer. See, here they have not shown, there is the slight portion which is getting attached, and that's why the correct answer is Afghanistan there. Calpol contains aspirin, paracetamol, diclofenac, ibuprofen. Nothing to be read because you know that Calpol has the paracetamol. Hardest natural substance: iron, diamond, platinum, quartz. Hardest substance on the earth is diamond itself. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to USA? Germany, France, Italy, Spain. Yes, Zania. 62 क्या, मेरा खुद का 72 था. Still not selected. I don't know what is the cutoff. Cutoff से पता चल जाएगा अपने को कि क्या है. Maybe cutoff might be higher, 75 or something. That's why the people have not getting selected. Which country gifted Statue of Liberty to USA? France. Please make sure you remember this. France is the one gifted. The headquarters of UNICEF. Paris, Geneva, New York, Rome. Paris, Geneva, New York, Rome. UNICEF. United Nations Organization. We have UNICEF. We have UNESCO, UNSC, UNEP. The headquarters for UNICEF is nothing but New York. In New York. Which Indian city is also known as Silicon Valley of India? Hyderabad, Pune, Bengaluru, Chennai. Nothing to be worried. Very simple, right? Silicon Valley, Bengaluru. These are all simple questions you must remember. Which is tallest animal in the world? Camel, elephant, giraffe and horse. Again, is there any need to think it twice? No. Giraffe is the one correct answer. Who has been honored with India's highest scientific award, Vigyan Ratna Award? Who has been awarded with Vigyan Ratna Award? The Vigyan Ratna Award has been given to Jayant Vishnu Narlikar. Okay. Highest science award is Rashtriya Vigyan Puruskar. Rashtriya Vigyan Puruskar is the one highest award which is given and given to Mr. Narlikar. Where was the Asia Pacific City Summit recently held? Singapore, Sydney, Dubai, Tokyo. Asia Pacific City Summit. Asia Pacific City Summit, Dubai. Okay. Then even check out the BIMSTEC Summit happen where sorry. Where is the BIMSTEC Summit happening? Even check out the UN FCCC co-op meeting where it is happening. All these three has to be done. Now comes is the aptitude part. The very first question in front of you is if the number is 357 question mark 25 question mark, this is the whole number, is divisible by both 3 and 5, then the missing digit in the unit place and 10th place in the thousand place respectively will be. So the first digit will be for unit and the second one will be the thousandth place. Now you must be very much sure that whenever I am talking about unit place and if something is getting divided by 5, that means the unit place will be either 0 or will be 5. Nothing more than that. So you should have very much clarity with this. When I am talking about the divisibility rule of 3, so it is nothing but the addition of all the number. If the addition of all the number is divided by 3, can get divided by 3. In that case, the particular whole number will get divided by 3. Okay. So first unit digit if I talk about, so we'll go for directly for finding out the third one. That is checking out the 357. We'll take it as A, 25B. Okay. Now add it 3, 5, 7, 2, 5. If you add it everything, you will get 22 plus A plus B. Because we don't know what is A and B. So simply 22 plus A plus B will be divisible by 3. Now just replace A and B now. Use the option. Keep first A as 0, then 4, then 5, then 4, then 5, then 6 and do the addition. What is the last number you will be getting? Whether that is divisible by 3. If yes, it is dividing, then that is that particular number. So when I add 0 here and 4 here, I am getting 26. This is not divisible by 3. Here 31 not divisible by 3. Here 33 not divisible by 3. But whenever I am adding 6 and 0 and 6 here, then I am getting 28. Something wrong? Yes, this is sorry. 33 is divisible by 3 and 28 is not divisible by 3. So option C will be correct answer. Okay. 33 is divisible by 3, 11th multiple, and hence option C is our correct answer. Divisibility rule must be known. Now this is the question, this is the square, okay. So mod of 2 is nothing but 2. Mod of minus 2. No digit matters. If it is in mod, it is considered as 2 itself. Then 2 square is 4. Then minus 2 square is also 4. Simply keep them. 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. How much? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Option D will be correct answer. The HCF of two number is 16. The LCM is 160. If one of the number is 32, then the other number is what? One formula HCF into LCM is equal to first number by second number. So A into B is nothing but the first number into the second number. Now you have been told, you have been given the HCF as 16, you have been given the LCM as 160, and one of the number is 32, other number is B. Then try to solve it. B is equal to 16 into 160 divided by 32. 16 2s are 160 divided by 2 is how much? 80. 1, 2, then 80. So option B is 80. So the other number is option B. Next, the ratio of male is to female in the village is 5:3. Okay. If there are 800 male in the village, then female will be. So male is to female, the ratio is 5:3. And there are total 800 males. So what I could say, the 5 ratio 5 or 5x, I could say it is representing 800. So 1x will be how much? Simply it will be 800 divided by 5. So that means 160 are the male. If 160 is total amount of male, okay, if 160 is total amount of female, male, then 3 parts I am talking about. The 3 parts will be how much? If one part is 160, then 3 part will be 3 into 160. Simply do the calculation. 480 will be our correct answer. If 5 parts is represented by 800, then 3 part will be represented by how much? Simply, if 5 part is 800, then 1 part will be 160. And that's why the 3 part will be 480. Solve it. P is nothing but 6 times larger than Q. So P is larger than Q. So that's why P minus Q, difference between them will be 6Q. 6Q minus Q. Because P is nothing but 6 times the Q. So it will be 6Q minus Q, which is equal to 5Q. Simple. That is as simple as that. Now they are telling the percentage that P is less than Q. How much percent the Q is less than P is simple they are asking. So we'll be taking the difference between them divided by P, the reference, into 100. So it is 5Q divided by 6Q into 100. Q and Q gone. 5 by 6 into 100. This will be mixed fraction. 83. 83 1 by 3. Relation of time and work here. Mahesh and Umesh can complete a work in 10 to 15 days respectively. There is Mahesh, there is Umesh who does a work in 10 and 15 days respectively. Okay. So Mahesh, 1 day work will be 1 by 10. Umesh, 1 day work will be 1 by 15. Okay. Now Umesh starts the work and after 5 days Mahesh joins him. In all, the work will be completed in. So the work done by Umesh in 5 days will be 5 into 1 by 15. So it will be 5 ones are 3. 1 by 3 work. Then when I talk about the remaining work. So he has done completed 1 by 3rd work. So remaining work will be 1 minus 1 by 3. So it will be how much? 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 part is work is getting remaining. Now this 2 by 3 part work is being done both of them together. So when both started working, so both of them started working. So their 1 day of work will be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15, which is equal to 5 by 30, which is equal to 1 by 6. Okay, what I have done here, simply you need to do the matching of the denominator, which is you have to multiply the 1 by 10 in 1 by 10 numerator and denominator multiply by 3. Similarly, 1 by 15 numerator and denominator multiplied by 2, and rest the numerator will get added and denominator have a 30 in it. So both of them will do one day. In one day they can do 1 by 6 of their work in one day. Okay, 1 by 6 work can be done in one day. Simple. Now I know the time to finish the remaining work will be 2 by 3 work is what is remaining divided by 1 by 6. Total number of days will be 4 days. How come? 2 by 3 into 6 by 1. So it will be 1s are 2s are 4 days. So 4 days, the time will be required 4 days to complete the whole work. So this 4 days, and earlier Umesh did the 5 days work. So 5 plus 4 is total 9 days. What is done here? First, Mahesh and Umesh individual work capacity is 1 by 10, 1 by 15. Work done by Umesh for 5 days is 1 by 3. Simple. So this 5 days also need to be calculated in total work completion. So he has done in 5 days 1 by 3rd of work. The remaining work is 2 by 3rd. So 2 by 3rd of work is remaining, and both of their capacity to work in one day is 1 by 6. So when I check out the time, like when they are working together, how much time they are taking to complete 2 by 3rd amount of work. So 2 by 3rd amount of work, that is the work which is remaining, divided by their efficiency. So 2 by 3rd divided by 1 by 6, which I am getting 4 days. So in total, both of them will be taking 4 days to complete the remaining work, and earlier the Umesh take 5 days. So 5 plus 4 will be the 9. Okay. A is faster than B, and AB each walks 25 km. A is faster than B. A and B each walk 24 kilometers. The sum of their speed is 7 km per hour. The sum of their time is taken them is 14. What is the speed of A? Simple relation here you can use. Now see, X plus Y, sum of their speed is 7 km per hour. The distance traveled by both is 24 km each. Okay, and the sum of their time, so time sum is nothing but 14 hours. So first of all, what is the formula? Speed is equal to distance upon time. If I know the time is same, so it is 14 is equal to distance by speed. The distance is 24, the speed is X, plus next is 24 by Y, and total time is nothing but 14. So take the 24 out, it will be 1 by X plus 1 by Y, which is equal to 14. Simply 1 by X plus 1 by Y is equal to 14 by 24, and when you solve it, it will be 7 by 12. So I got first equation, 1 by X plus 1 by Y is nothing but 7 by 12. Next, rest equation, substitute the value of X plus Y. Here X plus Y is given, we will be substitute this value. First I will simply solve. What to solve? 1 by X plus 1 by Y is nothing but it is X plus Y divided by XY, right? So X plus Y value is nothing but, where is X plus Y value? 7. So it is 7 divided by 12, right? Now the next thing is, I know, so 7 by 12 is given, I have written here 7 by XY is I don't know, 7 by 12 here, then do the cross multiplication, you will get the value of XY as 12. This got cancelled, so XY value is 12. Okay, till now we have done with the value of XY. Simply we need to now solve it. The numbers are 4 and 3. Okay, X plus Y value is 7, X into Y value is 12. That means how I can get 7? Either it could be 4 plus 3, 3 plus 4. This is only two possibility, or it could be 6 plus 1, 1 plus 6. But the multiplication or the product is 12. So 12 product is possible only when it is multiplied by 4 into 3. Because 6 ones are 6, 1 6 are 6. That is not the possibility. That's why option 12. XY 12, 4 kilometer or 3 kilometers. I know that what is the speed of A? The speed of A will be 4 km per hour. You can simply check it here. The mark price of a product, mark price of a radio is 20% more than its cost price. Okay, so the marked price is 20% more than the cost price. So if cost price is 100, the mark price will be 120. 20% more means 120. If a discount of 10% is given on mark price, so if I am giving 10% discount on 120, so 10% of 120 is minus 12. So 120 minus 12 is nothing but 108. Total 108. So how much percentage I gain? So 108 minus 100 is total 8% profit I am getting it. Jayant is as much younger as Arun. Jayant is as much younger to Arun as he is older to Prashant. If the sum of the ages of Arun and Prashant is 48 years, what is the age of Jayant? Age relation they are asking. If I am knowing Jayant is as much younger than Arun as he is older than Prashant, that means Jayant is at equal distance. If it is here it is Arun, here it is Prashant, then Jayant is at equal distance from Arun and Prashant, right? Now if I know Arun plus Prashant is nothing but 48 years, both of them, and I know that Jayant is exactly between them, so I just have to take average. So 48 divided by 2 is 24. So the age of Jayant is nothing but 24. Just an average is to be find out for this. What was the day on 31st December 1800 AD? Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. When I talk about the AD ages, you have to remember when I talk about 1600, it is completely divisible by 4, right? So it will have a 0 odd days. Similarly, after 200 years, because you will get 1800 after 200 years, so they will be having 3 odd days. How much? 3 odd days. How come 3 odd days? Because after 200 years you will get 3 odd days, and that's why this has to be added. So Sunday plus 31st December plus 3 odd days. 31st December was the 1600 was the Sunday, that's why 0 number has been given. 0 is given to the 0 is given to the day as a Sunday. So Sunday plus 3 will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, option C. See, 1600 is 0 odd days, and the every cycle get repeats 400 year after exactly same. It's 200 years because we are getting towards 1800, so it is 200 year addition, 3 odd days, so 3 odd days is getting added. And if I am taking 1600 as 0 odd days, 0 odd days in the sense it is starting from 0, and the 0 is the code given for the day as a Sunday. So Wednesday is correct answer. The face value of 8 in numeral is, see, they are asking for face value and they are not asking for the place value. This is unit place, this is tens place, this is 100 place, this is called as place value. But what is the face value? Face value of 8 is 8 itself. Okay. If I am talking about the place value of 8, so 8 is present on the 1000 place. 8 is present on the 1000 place. So the place value would have been 8000. Okay. If they have been asked for the place value, then 8000. They are asking for the face value, that is 8 itself. Simply solve by BODMAS, you will get option D as the correct answer. BODMAS has to be applied. The sum of two number is 216, their HCF is 27. The numbers are, see, two numbers are there. I will take it as HCF is given 27. That means both the number A and both the number B have 27 in common. So it will be 27A and 27B. The first number will be 27A, the second number will be 27B. Okay, because they have 27 in common, that's why the HCF is given as 27. Simple. Now if I know 27A plus 27B is equal to 216, the sum has been given. Common 27A plus B is equal to 216. When I solve it, A plus B, I will getting the value as 8. Value of A plus B is 8. Now 8, the co-prime number of 8 would be 1 and 7, or the other number is 3 and 5. Only these two pairs are possible for this. And when I check for this, 27 into 1 is 27, 27 into 7 is 189. So either I will get 27,189 as one of the number, and when I check for the second pair, so 27 into 3 will be 81 and 27 into 5 will be 135. So either the value is 81 135 or 27 189. So I have given the option as the given option which is resonating with this is option C. That's why it's the correct answer. The present age of son is 25 year of the present age of son is 25% of his father's age. After 12 years, age of son will be half of his father's age. Then find the age of the father. Simple. Now what is 25% is nothing but 1/4. Okay. So when I talk about the father age, so I will take F for the father age. Then son age will be 1/4 of father. 1/4 of father will be the son age. After 12 years. Okay. For fathers I am taking F. After 12 year, both of them after 12 years, so 12 year will be added to their age first of all. So it will be F plus 12 and this will be F by 4 plus 12. Simple. After 12 years, the son will be becoming half of his father age. So after 12 years, their sum is becoming, the son will be half of, no, not sum, their sum will be half. See, I will show you the here. See, father age is F, son age will be 1/4. 1/4 of father age. Then son is F by 4 plus 15 plus 12 because after 12 years. So 12 will be getting added to it. Without 12, nothing will work. So 12 is getting added to it. So both of them has the increment of 12 years. But now after 12 years, their age has become both of their the father's age and the son age. Son age has become the half of father's age. That's why F by 12 plus divided by 2. Now when you solve for the F, you will get 24 years as the correct answer. A clock is so placed that the 12 noon. So that the 12 noon, it's a 12 noon, its minute hand points towards northeast. So the minute hand and the hour hand will be coincided at the same position at 12 noon. So they are showing that this is in the northeast. That means they have been rectified it as a northeast. So this will become the north, this will become the east. Okay, rectified position will be like this. In which direction does the hour hand points at 1:30? So in 1:30, the hour hand will be at the direction of east. Because if it is 12, 1 will be here, then this will be the position of northeast, east and east direction will be correct answer. Rectified position. East is correct answer. Next is general English. Last few questions. The synonym for distance is, distance means what? What is synonymous to distance? Distant. Distance will be far. Very nice. It will be far. Choose the word which best express the antonym evolve, prompt, repent, block, atone. Antonym, the opposite. If something is evolving, the other opposite to the evolve will be what? Something is evolving. The other thing is blocking. Option C. Prompt means encourage or cause an action. Repent means feel sorry for the wrongdoing. Block means stop, hinder or prevent the progress. Atone means make amendment for a mistake. Adversity synonym. Synonym of adversity. Something adverse is happening. Some not failure, not helplessness. Adverse misfortune I could say. Same. Okay. Crisis is certain difficult situation and not synonymous. NIPER free batch, the batch code is NIPER 26. One word which substitute this. A person who eat too much is called as glutton, cannibal, nibbler, or omnivore. A person who eat too much is called as glutton is the word, appropriate word. A person who eat too much. A person who eat fleshes is called as carnivore or cannibal. Nibbler is nothing but who eat in very small bite size. Omnivore is both the plant and both a person who or animal who eat both plant and animal. Select the opinion which express the meaning of idiom at daggers drawn. At a point of that a deadly struggle, strained a relation and trembled with fear. At daggers drawn. What is at daggers drawn? It is simple, nothing but a strained relations. It is talking about strained relation. It means two people or a group are in a state of strong hostility or an extreme disagreement. They are about to fight. So, is correct answer. Choose a word which is antonym of winner. Winner, loser. What is the correct synonym of alert? Energetic, observant, intelligent, and watchful. What do you think which will be the correct answer? See, energetic has nothing to do with it, intelligent has nothing to do with it. Either it will be B or D. Observant or watchful. Yes. Option D is correct answer here. That is watchful. Alert means to be very attentive or watchful, quick to notice anything. One word which will substitute extreme old age where a man behaves like a fool. Impassible, imbecility, senility, dotage, and superannuation. Yes, dotage is our correct answer. That means who behaves like a full extreme old age. Senility is nothing but loss of mental ability. Imbecility is mental weakness and retirement due to old age is superannuation. Correct synonym of announce, a refrain, publish, repress or silence. Announce is nothing but to publish it. Refrain is to stop oneself, repress is again suppress, silence is to be quiet. Choose the word which best expresses the antonym gather. Express the word antonym of gather. Industrious, industrious and energetic, kind and distribute and patient. What do you think? Gather in the sense to do what? Distribute. Antonym they are talking. So gathering means to collect something. And the antonym will be to distribute something. Choose incorrectly spelled word among the following given option. Importance, insistence, appearance and tolerance. Insistence spelling has E in it, never A. So option B is incorrect. The word which can best describe the word dwindle, antonym. Antonym, they are talking antonym, opaque, diminish, enhance and somber. Dwindle, the word is to enhance, right? Dwindle in the sense to decrease or reduce or become smaller in size. And similarly, the word enhance is to increase, a antonym for it. Correct synonym of brief is limited, little, small or short. Brief in the sense in very short. Short in time, length or whatever. Anonym for sartorial. Sartorial means what? Sartorial is something related to fashion or dressing, and the antonym will be homespun. Homespun is nothing but plain, simple, and unsophisticated clothing. Right? The last question. The correct synonym for judicious, that means foolish, hasty, discreet, and reckless. Foolish, hasty, discreet, or reckless. Judicious amount used, that is showing good judgment, wise, careful in decision. Similarly, discreet as the synonym word. Okay, so here we have completed with the non-pharma part. The rest part will be taken by the other faculty. Thank you so much for the kind attention.
Okay, guys, so good morning to all of you. Welcome back to GDC English classes, guys. Sorry for the delay. Yes, so we have to start this one. Pharma section, over here. That's your pharmacology, pharmaceutical jurisprudence, pharmacognosy, biochemistry, pharmaceutics, as well as microbiology. All right. So, hi everyone. Okay, so let's start with this pharmacology and allied subjects over here. Now, pharmacology as well as allied subjects over here. And let's start with this one. Okay, so this is your 20 days, 20 model paper for the NIPER examination, right? And you know it because you are giving it, Anna. So let's talk about it later, Anna. So all the exam pattern is there only 120 questions, pharma section, right? And these 25 questions from GK, 15 questions from English, 25 questions from reasoning, 50 questions from aptitude, right? So let's talk about the first question that we have for you guys over here. That is your, okay, purpose of combined drug regimen in tuberculosis is to what? Delay the emergence of drug resistance, reduce the duration of active therapy, schedule the onset therapy, promote a placebo effect on patient. What's that? What's that, guys? Purpose of combined of drug regimen in tuberculosis is to, right? So combined drug regimen. You know that? Isoniazid, rifampicin, you can say ethambutol, streptomycin. These are all your first line drugs for your tuberculosis, right? They are used to be given a combinatorial way in tuberculosis, right? Delay the emergence of drug resistance, okay? Reduce the duration of active therapy, schedule the onset therapy, promote a placebo effect on patient. Okay. So the question is this one: delay the emergence of the drug resistance. There is nothing like the duration of active therapy issue. Okay. So here we have A option over here because active therapy is a duration of must be around 6 months only. It goes around 3 to 6 months. So active duration of therapy is not less. Ana, the main exact pharmacological point over here that this one delay the emergence of drug resistance. Okay, now this one. Which of the following is your topical sulfonamide? Topical sulfonamide, sulfacetamide, mefenide, sulfamoxazole, or none of the above, please. What's that? Yeah, only three people are here over it. Sulfacetamide, C, right? C, C, C. And where do you see? That is your topical sulfonamide, right? Topical sulfonamide. So your sulfacetamide and mefenide are being used in your burns as well. Mefenide are used in your burns as well. So, wow, sulfacetamide and mefenide, both the answer are correct. Very nice. All बढ़िया. Now, indication of clonazepam. Indication of clonazepam is what? Myoclonic epilepsy, partial motor seizures, absence epilepsy, partial complex seizure. What's that is? Indication of clonazepam. Where do we use this clonazepam? Clonazepam, that's benzodiazepine drugs. Where do we use this clonazepam? Yeah, that's your absence epilepsy. Where ethosuximide is also considered to be as your drug of choice. Ethosuximide, right? Ethosuximide is known to be as a drug of choice for absence epilepsy, also known to be as metetmol epilepsy. Metetmol epilepsy. Okay, this is you have to remember. Now, the first line drug for the Burkitt's lymphoma. Okay, Burkitt's lymphoma, guys. Is it your doxorubicin, actinomycin D, cyclophosphamide, or vinblastine? What's that? What's that? Doxorubicin, actinomycin D, cyclophosphamide, or vinblastine? What's that? Yeah, anyone? Yeah, that's your cyclophosphamide, obviously, right? So cyclophosphamide, that is nothing but can cause hemorrhagic cystitis, right? Hemorrhagic cystitis, and there is a one drug which is your mesna, which is known to be as an antidote of this hemorrhagic cystitis. Doxorubicin is known to be for its cardiotoxicity, right? Actinomycin D, that is your antibiotic drug, Anna, antibiotic drug, right? Wind blasting is nothing but your wind alkaloids, which can cause neurotoxicity as well, right? Chalo. Which of the following drugs affect the volume of distribution? Okay, now this one. Which of the following factors affects the volume of distribution of a drug, right? Is it it's your leukemia, Burkitt's lymphoma, है ना? WBC का cancer. pKa of drug, partition coefficient of drug, plasma protein, or all of these? What's that case? Obviously, all of these would be your correct answer over here. And pKa, that maximum ionization, more ionization, the drug will be staying into the plasma only, so volume distribution is less. Partition coefficient, greater the partition coefficient, greater the lipid solubility, volume distribution will be high. Plasma protein binding, if I say plasma protein binding, then increase plasma protein binding, decrease the volume distribution because the complex size will be increased and hence the drug will not be able to penetrate through that cell membrane, right? Okay, chalo. So all of these would be your correct answer. The genetically determined unwanted reactivity to chemicals or drugs is called as intolerance, drug allergy, idiosyncrasy, or poisoning. What's that, guys? Intolerance, drug allergy, idiosyncrasy, or poisoning. What's that? So whenever you see genetic over here, genetic over here, it will be definitely your idiosyncrasy only, and this idiosyncrasy as well as hypersensitivity reactions, as well as hypersensitivity reactions. Uh, these are used to these are used to what? These are used to give under type B. Type B adverse drug reaction, that is nothing but your bizarre reaction, right? Bizarre reactions. Okay, remember this. Now, which of the following is used in the ameliorative test of myasthenia gravis? Ameliorative test of myasthenia gravis: adrophonium, physostigmine, pyridostigmine, or neostigmine. What's that case? Which of the following agent is used in ameliorative test of myasthenia gravis? Adrophonium, physostigmine, pyridostigmine, or neostigmine? Yeah, ameliorative test now we do have adrophonium over here. That is nothing but your shortest acting cholinomymatic. Cholinomymatic, right? Shortest acting cholinomymatic. Whereas if I talk about this neostigmine and pyridostigmine, these are being useful as a treatment in the myasthenia gravis, right? Tuberculin for your provocative, exactly. So very nice. Now, Dale's experiment is related with angiotensin, serotonin, adrenaline, acetylcholine. What's that? Dale's experiment. Yeah, yeah. Tell me that. That is your aha, 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 aha. That is your adrenaline only, right? What's you saying, issue? It's adrenaline, vasomotor experiment of Dale. Don't you remember? Vasomotor experiment of Dale, famous experiment. Yeah, don't you remember that? Adrenaline only. Dale experiment, Henry's Dale. Straub reaction in rats is shown by Straub reaction, guys. Straub reaction is shown in rats and shown by ephedrine, dopamine, histamine, or morphine. What's that? That's your morphine only. Okay, shut up. Orbach plexus and Meissner plexus are present in what? Orbach plexuses and Meissner plexuses are present in your sympathetic system, parasympathetic system, enteric nervous system, or none of these. What's that? Orbach plexus and Meissner plexus are present in your stomach area, intestinal area. That's why enteric nervous system would be your correct answer. Okay, so here you can see muscle layers of gut. Okay, so which is an anthelmintic with immunosuppressant activity. Immunosuppressant activity we are talking about. Is this your piperazine, levamisole, ivermectin, or niclosamide? Yeah, anyone? Anyone? Immunosuppressant activity? Levamisole. Levamisole is not immunosuppressant. Levamisole is immunostimulant. It is not suppressive. Okay, levamisole is no. It has immunostimulant property. Chalo. Monitoring of plasma drug concentration is required while using what? Antihypertensive drugs, levodopa, lithium carbonate, or MAO inhibitors, guys. Which kind of drug will be going under the therapeutic drug monitoring? Tell me that. Yeah, yeah. That is your lithium carbonate. Exactly. Lithium carbonate is going to be the correct answer. Selective COX-2 inhibitor, meloxicam, paracetamol, etoricoxib, or nebumeton. That's, etoricoxib, coxib are your nothing but COX-2 inhibitor. Right? Shut up. Which of the following anti-cancer is metabolized by xanthine oxidase? Okay, xanthine oxidase, guys. Mercaptopurine, chlorambucil, 6-chloroguanyl, or busulfan. Yeah, xanthine oxidase. Xanthine oxidase is nothing but your useful in anti, useful in your used to inhibit in your anti-gout therapies as well. Hana? So here we have 6-mercaptopurine also, which has been metabolized by xanthine oxidase. Now, which of the following do not show albumin protein binding? Okay, which do not show albumin protein binding? Barbiturates, lignocaine, NSAIDs, or tolbutamide. Yeah, yeah. What's that, guys? Which of the following do not show albumin protein binding? That's your lignocaine, right? Sure. Which of the following drug is most effective in preventing transmission of HIV virus from the mother to fetus? What's that? Yeah. Which of the following drug is most effective in preventing transmission of HIV virus from mother to the fetus? That is your lamivudine, zidovudine, indinavir, or ribavirin. Yeah, guys. What's that? That is your zidovudine, to be honest, right? Chala, very good. Sure. The drug of choice in prolonged febrile convulsion is carbamazepine, diazepam, phenytoin, or paracetamol. Yeah, carbamazepine, diazepam, phenytoin, or paracetamol. What's that? That is nothing but your diazepam only, है ना? Diazepam only. We have to give through in febrile seizure through which route? Rectally, right? Remember, rectally we can give this drug in your febrile seizure. Febrile seizure generally happens in your children, right? children. Rectally, we used to have that. Okay, which antihistaminic is least likely to cause sedation? Which is least likely to cause sedation? Diphenhydramine, chlorpheniramine, loratadine, or what's that? �々𝙾𝙎. Okay, trimiprazine, new drug, maybe. Sure. Least likely to cause sedation, diphenhydramine, that is your highly sedative, chlorpheniramine, moderately sedative, loratadine, that is also chlorpheniramine. Chlorpheniramine is mildly sedative. I don't know about this one, 𝘰𝙗𝙗. Which of the following is your leukotriene synthesis inhibitor, guys? Okay, leukotriene synthesis inhibitor, montelukast, nedochromal sodium, 𝘂𝐿𝘄𝐻, or zafirlukast. Synthase inhibitor. Okay, synthase inhibitor. I'm asking, guys. Important question. Montelukast and zafirlukast. These are your leukotriene receptor antagonist, right? Receptor antagonist. Nedochromal is your mast cell stabilizer. Mast cell stabilizer, right? Xyleuton is nothing but your 5-LOX inhibitor, right? 5-LOX inhibitor, right? One adverse drug reaction I have came into my mind. Zafirlukast and montelukast can cause �々-Strauss syndrome. Okay, 𝘎𝑗-Strauss syndrome, right? Sure. Now, which of the following anticonvulsant acts by blocking T-type calcium channel? Chalo, simple, very simple again question. Simple, very simple. Is it your 𝙂𝙄𝙎𝑃𝑠𝑠, iminosteribins, lamotrigine, or topiramate? What's that? 𝙂𝙄𝙎𝑃𝑠𝑠, iminosteribin, lamotrigine, or topiramate? That is your 𝙂𝙄𝙎𝑃𝑠𝑠 only, which is the drug of choice for absence seizure as well. Anna? Okay. Concurrent use of loop diuretics and streptomycin is avoided just because of what? Ototoxicity, nephrotoxicity, neuromuscular blockade, or agranulocytosis. Yeah. Anyone? Anyone? Yes, guys. Concurrent use of loop diuretics and streptomycin is avoided because of ototoxicity, nephrotoxicity, neuromuscular blockade, or agranulocytosis. What's that? Simple, right? That is your ototoxicity. In loop diuretics, if I talk about, that was your ethacranic acid, which was got banned just because of ototoxicity. And streptomycin also has that ototoxicity as well, right? So this is going to be your correct answer over here. Okay, Beast Cartoon says B. Where B? Loss of visual activity due to optic neuritis is a major side effect of, okay, major side effect of pyrazinamide, ethambutol, rifampicin, or thiazidazole. Thiazidazole, CE, thiazidazole. What's that means? Pyrazinamide, ethambutol, rifampicin, and thiazidazole. Yeah, that's your E for ethambutol and E for optic neuritis. That is your eye toxicity. Eye toxicity, right? Sure. Pyrazinamide, if I talk about the pyrazinamide, P for pyrazinamide and P for pain in joints, right? Pain in joints. All right. Rifampicin, that is your Dr. Rifa, if I talk about, है ना? Dr. Rifa, the DNA dependent RNA polymerase. DNA dependent RNA polymerase, that is going to be inhibited by rifampicin, right? It also causes the change in urine, that is your orange color ka urine, right? Orange color urine. Okay, sure. Now, which is a dual endothelin receptor antagonist used safely in the treatment of pulmonary artery hypertension? Pulmonary artery hypertension, Besantan, Cetextan, Ambroxol, or Soberol. What's that, guys? That's your Bosentan only, Hannah. That is your endothelin receptor antagonist. Okay, endothelin EN receptor antagonist. Select incorrect statement. Select incorrect statement. Half-life of atropine is 4 hours. Acetylcholine and atropine shows irreversible antagonism. Atropine is a CNS stimulant. Atropine produces cycloplegia. What's that? Yeah. What's that, guys? Incorrect statement. Half-life of atropine is 4 hours. Acetylcholine and atropine shows irreversible antagonism. Atropine is a CNS stimulant, or atropine produces cycloplegia. What's that? That's your half-life of atropine is 4 hours. Atropine doesn't have half-life of 4 hours. Which is the specific D2 receptor antagonist? Okay. D2 receptor antagonist. Pimoside, remoxypride, sulpride, that's your levosulpride, or all of the above. What's that? Yeah, that is your levosulpride, which is your D2 receptor antagonist. Pimoside is your atypical antipsychotic. It doesn't inhibit D2 receptor. It inhibits 5-HT2A2C receptor. Okay, so find out incorrect pair. Okay, incorrect pair of pH: stomach 1 to 3, skin 4 to 5, saliva 6 to 7, tear 6 to 7. What's that, please? That is nothing but skin 4 to 5, right? Skin also, if you have talk about, it is around 6 to 7. Okay, so the drug is bactericidal to all three pools: extracellular, intracellular, as well as necrotic calcium of tubercular bacilli is. Okay, important question you can ask for the NIPER purpose. Isoniazid, ethambutol, pyrazinamide, or rifampicin. What's that? Yeah, guys, that is your pyrazinamide, obviously. Okay, sure, very nice. The most useful class of drug in the long-term treatment of hypertension. Okay. Long-term treatment of hypertension. Is it your thiazide diuretics, mercurials, osmotic, or carbonic anhydrase? Yeah. Simple. Simple most question. Guys, so tell me. Tell me this one. Yeah, thiazide diuretics would be correct answer over here if loop diuretics are not mentioned. If loop diuretics mentioned, then loop diuretics would be the correct answer. But here right now, thiazide diuretics would be your correct answer over here. Right? My comment section has stopped right now. What happened to the comment section? Do reply, guys. Hepatic microsomal enzymes are the induced by. Okay, inducer they are asking. Hepatic microsomal enzymes are induced by GPCR, cell phone. So, estrogen, progesterone, aldosterone, and streptomycin. What's that? What's that? That is nothing but your streptomycin over here, right? So, which is the drug of choice for nocturnal enurences? Nocturnal enurences is nothing but your bedwetting, right? Nothing but your bedwetting. That is done by children, when they are very much young. Maybe you can say 5 years, 6 years, 3 years, 2 years. More nocturnal enuresis you used to be done in children. So is it your imipramine, carbachol, neostigmine, or arecoline? Yes, imipramine would be your correct answer, which is going to resemble the antidiuretic hormone. Also, you can say tricyclic antidepressant. It is tricyclic antidepressant that has been used through nocturnal in nocturnal illnesses via what? Nasal drop. Okay, via nasal drops. Okay, remember that one. Okay, COX-2 inhibitor rofecoxib is not to be given if the patient is already taking what? If the patient is already taking what? Anti-allergics, anxiolytic, sorry, oral anti-diabetic drug, or anti-hypertensive drugs. What's that? Yeah. So obviously this is going to be your anti-hypertensive drugs over here. Okay. So which one is not the property of kappa receptor agonist? Analgesia, sedation, diuresis, or immune suppression? Not the property of kappa receptor agonist. Yeah, that is your sedation. Okay. Sedation is not done by kappa receptor agonist. The drug naloxone. The drug naloxone, it is your produces morphine-like activity, constipation, produce respiratory depression, precipitates withdrawal symptoms in morphine addicts. Yes, D is going to be your correct answer because naloxone is an antagonist of morphine poisoning, right? Chalo. Aminocidine is an orphan drug for rheumatoid arthritis, visceral leishmaniasis, Malaria or polycythemia vera? Polycythemia vera. What's that? Yeah, that's your rheumatoid arthritis. Exactly. Huh. Isoniazid is primarily anti-tubercular drug which requires what? Pyridoxine supplement, vitamin C supplement, riboflavin supplement, or vitamin A supplement. What's that case? Isoniazid is primarily anti-tubercular drug which requires what? Hana? Because isoniazid causes INH. I for insanity, N for neurotoxicity, and H for hepatotoxicity, right? So for neurotoxicity purpose, this pyridoxine, that is nothing but your vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is used to be given, right? So yes. Okay, guys. Now let's talk about the pharmaceutical jurisprudence over here. Two MCQs over here. Okay, this is Anna. Now, vaccines and sera are covered under which schedule? Vaccines and sera. Schedule X, narcotic? No. Schedule C, biologicals? Yes. Schedule G, that is to be given under the supervision of your medical practitioner. Schedule H, that is your to be given only against the prescription, right? So vaccines and sera, these are your schedule C. Okay, there is a difference between schedule C and C1. Okay, the C are injectables and C1 is your non-injectables. Non-injectables, biological. Most of the people gets confused over here. C is for injectable and C for non-injectables. All right, chalo, biological things. Okay. Now, ICS guidelines are related to what? ICS guidelines are related to what? Analytical method validation, stability study of tablets, stability study of sustained release tablets, or all of the above. What's that? What's that, guys? Yeah, that is your all of the above. Exact. Now let's talk about pharmacognosy, 5 MCQs. Okay, one of the following is related with coining of term and concept of magic bullet. Magic bullet. Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur is the father of microbiology, right? Father of microbiology. Ehrlich, Paul Ehrlich, yes, coined the term chemotherapy, and that is why that person is known to be as Paul Ehrlich is known to be as a magic bullet. Sorensen has given the pH scale, right? Sorensen has given the pH scale, and Alexander Fleming, penicillin. Okay, sure. The most preferred digitalis cardiac glycoside due to its less stimulative effect is what? Digoxin, or lenatoxin? What's that? The most preferred digitalis cardiac glycoside. This is your Gitoxin because it has less half-life, okay, as compared to the other ones. Anaphyrin and hygrin alkaloids are present in what? Hyoscyamus, Vesaka, Vinca, or Ashwagandha. Yep, this is your Ashwagandha, okay? Ashwagandha is your aphrodisiac in nature. Also, you can say immunomodulator in nature, right? Chalo. Steroidal in nature. Steroidal rings are present over there. Maximum amount of water that can be incorporated to 100 grams of absorption base is called as minimum per gram, water number, water index, or water activity. Yes, that is nothing but your water number, right? Chalo. Diosgenin is what? Diosgenin is alkaloid obtained from diascoria, carbohydrate from diascoria, glycoside obtained from diascoria, resin obtained from diascoria. Yes. Anyone? Diosgenin, alkaloid obtained from diascoria, carbohydrate from diascoria, glycoside obtained from diascoria, resin obtained from diascoria. Yes, that is your glycoside obtained from diascoria, right? So 5 MCQs from biochemistry over here. Now, some enzymes require metal ion for their activity. The metal ion is called as cofactor, coenzyme, activator, or all of these. What's that? Some enzymes require metal ion for their activity. The metal ion is called cofactor, coenzyme, activator, or all of these. What's that piece? That is nothing but your cofactor, right? Cofactor. Now, the agglomeration of several fold chains of amino acid is known to be as in which structure of amino acid? Is it your primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, or quaternary structure? What's that? Yeah, the agglomeration of several fold chains of amino acid is known to be as, yeah, that is your quaternary structure, right? Shall all of the following are fat soluble vitamins except guys, कीड़ा. Remember कीड़ा है ना? K-E-D-A, and vitamin C would be your correct answer. Vitamin C and vitamin B. Vitamin B are your water soluble in nature. Are your water soluble in nature, right? Sure. Now, which coenzyme is not involved in oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvic acid? Which coenzyme is not involved in oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvic acid? Is it your TPP, lipoic acid, magnesium, or biotin? What's that? What's that? That's your biotin, right? Oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvic acid, that's your biotin. Okay. Now, all of the following compounds are intermediate of TCA cycle except malate, pyruvate, oxaloacetate, or fumarate. Nice. All of the following compounds are intermediates of TCA cycle except I am asking malate, oxaloacetate, or fumarate. Pyruvate, obviously, right? Pyruvate comes under glycolysis, right? Pyruvate comes under your glycolysis, right? Now, pharmaceutics. Okay. Now, which techniques is typically used to mill camphor? Mill camphor. Camphor, kapoor, Is it your trituration, levication, pulverization by intervention, or geometric dilution? Yeah, Anna. This is your levication, right? Sure. Choose the correct statement of PEG lysine. Okay. Polyethylene glycol. We used to enhance in vivo half-life of smaller peptides and proteins, avoidance of reticuloendothelial cells, clearance, reduce clearance rate through kidney, or all. What's that? Yeah, that's your all over here. Okay. Now, which system does not have orifice to release the drug? Okay. Doesn't have orifice to release the drug. Is it an elementary osmotic pump, L-Oros, sandwich osmotic pump tablet, controlled porosity osmotic pump tablet? What's that? Yeah, that's your controlled porosity osmotic pump tablet over here, right? So, Drunkle draft. Drunkle draft was associated with Uruguay round, related to atomic treaty among nations, related to Super 301, related to promoting drug trade. Okay, so Dunkel draft is one of your IPR related kind of a thing, right? So that is associated with the Uruguay round. Okay, A is going to be your correct answer. Now, Hausner ratio is calculated by Hausner ratio, that is specifically useful for the flow of powder, flow of granules, flow of powder. है So is it your Hausner ratio? Is it your tap density upon pore density? Pore density upon tap density, bulk density upon true density, bulk density or upon volume, word volume. What's that? That is your tap density upon pore density, right? So the applicability of 𝘂𝙂𝙎 equation is to describe what guys? The applicability of 𝘂𝙂. 𝘂𝙂, that's a dissolution. The dissolution carries which order of kinetics? First order kinetics, zero order kinetics, mixed order kinetic, or dissolution rate? Obviously, that's going to be a dissolution rate. Okay. So, dissolution rate over here. Yeah. Now, Schillinger tester. Schillinger tester is used to the tablets for measure of what? Yeah. roughness, hardness, dissolution, or friability. Yes, Schul Schulniger tester is used for the tablet of measure what? Yeah, roughness, hardness, dissolution, or friability. That is nothing but your hardness over here. Okay. Now, humectants added in cosmetic preparation generally act by humectant. Humectant is generally given through for your increases the moisture content over there, right? So hydrogen bond formation, covalent bond formation, complex formation, the action of London forces. Nothing but covalent bond formation, right? Sure. Very nice. Which of the following drug-drug interactions can lead to beneficial effect? Can lead to beneficial effect. Levodopa, carbidopa, yeah, salicylates plus tolbutamide, MAO inhibitors plus morphine, digitalis plus glutatics. What's that? Obviously, it's going to be your levodopa plus carbidopa in the context of pharmacology also. Hana levodopa, carbidopa. This is your dopa decarboxylase inhibitor. This is your dopa decarboxylase inhibitor. Hana, and that is going to be very much beneficial with levodopa. So that dopamine metabolization couldn't take place with that, right? Okay. Colligative property of osmotic pressure is explained by, okay, osmotic pressure, simple. Boyle's law, no, pressure, V, right? Charles law, V, T. Fixed law of first diffusion. That's for diffusion, right? That's for diffusion. Diffusion is nothing but dq by dt is equals to dako by w cgit minus c upon h, right? That's your diffusion. Want of factor? Yeah, want of factor is correct. That is your osmotic pressure. Exactly. Now, which is the suitable candidate for mucoadhesive drug delivery system? Mucoadhesive, which can be stayed in your oral route, Hana, stayed in your oral route, obviously, right? So that's going to be your nitroglycerin overview because this is used to be given through sublingual, right? Sure. Variance is usually defined as, okay, variance is what ways? Variance is a characteristics of biostatistics subject, right? So mean of standard deviation, square root of standard deviation, square of standard deviation, or none of the above. What's that piece? That is nothing but square of standard deviation over here, right? Sure. Now, guys, biotechnology, we do have this one. Biotechnology, enzyme used for conversion of mRNA into cDNA. Okay. mRNA into cDNA, is that what? DNA polymerase, DNA ligase, reverse transcriptase, or RNA polymerase? Yes, obviously, you know that. Transcription is what? Transcription is nothing but DNA to mRNA, right? That is what transcription. But here it is talking about mRNA into cDNA. So mRNA into cDNA, right? And that is known to be as what? Obviously reverse transcription. Hana, that is transcription. So that would be reverse transcription. So reverse transcription is going to be the correct answer, right? Chalo. Simple. Insulin stimulates glucose transport by promoting the translocation by what's that? GLUT4, GLUT2 and GLUT4, GLUT1 and GLUT4 or GLUT2? Yeah, transport by promoting the translocation by insulin stimulates the glucose transport. That is nothing but your GLUT4 base. Okay. Tonifier. Tonifier is the important agent in parenterals, vaginal, buccal, or transdermal. What's that? Yeah. So obviously, tonicity is very much required to adjust in your those dosage forms which is going to be in contact directly with blood. Hana? So, parenterals, vaginal, buccal, or transdermal. Obviously, that is your parenterals only, Hana, which is going to be in direct contact with the blood. Okay, so tonifier. For example, parenterals are going to be your correct answer. For example, let's your sodium chloride, 0.9% sodium chloride, Hana, dextrose, 2%, maybe, 2%, maybe 5%. 5% dextrose and 2%, that's your boric acid. Okay, sure. An emulsion aerosol system contain what percent of propellant? Is it your 4 to 10%, 10 to 12%, 50%, or 95%? Yeah, that is nothing but your 4 to 10%, right? Sure. Which of the following diluents is suitable for moisture sensitive drugs? is this comes under biotechnology? चलो, lactose, starch, dibasic calcium phosphate or sorbitol. Moisture content, moisture sensitive drug. That is nothing but your dibasic calcium phosphate, right? Chalo. Which enzyme is used for the joining of DNA strand? Yeah, that is what in the context of biotechnology, by the way. Lyase? No. Anna? Ligase, gyrase, or none? Obviously, that's going to be ligase, which is going to be join the DNA strand, right? Ligase. Okay, now which of the following is used for enteric coating, guys? Enteric coating, that's Hana, phthalates. Phthalates are very much useful for your enteric coating in order to prevent the contact of solid dosage form in acidic media, right? So, cap would be the correct answer. Cellulose esters, cellulose acetate phthalate, trimelitate, succinate, HPMCAs, these are the ones. Polyvinyl acetate phthalates, PVAP. Okay, these are your enteric coating polymers. Okay, so this is your free batch, guys. You just have to do what? Download the GDC classes app and click onto the plus icon when you just enter into the batch section and this type NIPER 26, and you will be getting the questions after that. Okay. Now, microbiology, guys. Microbiology in the cell culture, which gas is used for the cryopreservation of animal cells? Cryopreservation. So, cryopreservation, that's your nothing but liquid nitrogen, right? Liquid nitrogen. That is for cryo. Cryo is cryo for freezing, right? Freezing. The freezing has liquid nitrogen. That is nothing but nitrogen only, right? Liquid nitrogen. Minus 80. Here you can see minus 80. And once you go into the NIPER, you will get to see that minus 80 temperature ka frizz over there. Refrigerator of minus 80 degree, where you will be keeping your samples over there. Okay, so remember that. Now, the movement of gene from one chromosome to another, from one side to different one on the same chromosome, is called as what? Translation? No, that is nothing but your mRNA2 protein. Transposition? Yes, exactly. Transposition is the one from which the one side to different side of the same chromosome side. That is going to be your correct answer. Transposition. Okay. Now, in differential staining technique, which one is used as counter stain? What's that? Neutral red, crystal violet, methyl violet, or gentian violet? Yeah. What's that? That is your crystal violet, right? Crystal violet is going to be your correct answer. The substance which are incapable to induce antibody formation themselves but can react with antibodies are known as antigen, haptens, complete antigen, or none of these. What's that? Yeah, what's that? That's your haptenes, guys. Okay. Chalo. Bacteria which cannot grow in the presence of oxygen. So that would be obviously what? That would be obviously what? Anaerobes, right? But what kind of anaerobes? Facultative anaerobes, obligate anaerobes, or aerotolerant anaerobes, or microaerophiles. What's that, guys? That is your obligate anaerobes to be the correct answer over here. Okay. So next, diagnostic test for scarlet fever. Yeah, diagnostic test for scarlet fever. Scarlet fever Fries test, Paul Bunin test, Dick test, or Schultz Charton test. Yeah, the scarlet fever is going to be your Schultz Charton. No, guys, that is for Dick test only. Scarlet test is having Dick test also. Dick test. Okay, इसमें लिखा है मुझे नहीं लिखा है. No. Acha, a skin test is the diagnosis test of scarlet, but this Dick test is also used for the scarlet fever. Remember that one. Okay. Now, Riedel-Walker test for the evaluation of disinfectant uses the following microbe as the test of organism. What's that? Salmonella typhi, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Staphylococcus aureus, Salmonella paratyphi. What's that? Yeah. What's that, guys? That is nothing but your Salmonella typhi. Okay. Riedel-Walker test. Okay. Used for the disinfection, if you remember. Okay, now chloramphenicol is obtained from chloramphenicol, Streptomyces venezuelae, Streptomyces typhi, Streptomyces, or none of the above. What's that? What's that? Chloramphenicol is obtained from Streptomyces venezuelae, Streptomyces typhi, Streptomyces, or none of the above. That's your Streptomyces venezuelae, right? Chalo. Last question. Leakage of bacterial filters can be evaluated using bubble point test, millipore test, speed test, or seeds test. What's that? Leakage of bacterial filters. We do have that bacterial filters, for example, HEPA, Hana. So is that going to be evaluated using what? Bubble point test, millipore test, speed test, or seeds test? That is nothing but your millipore test. So that the bacteria cannot be able to filter through that particular filter. So that's why millipore test is used to be done. Okay. Chalo guys, thank you. This is much from my end, and I hope I have made you clear around all the questions over here. And wishing you all the very best for the rest of the preparation, and do well in your next uh, mock test of this NIPER. Thank you so much for joining.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, you have done the non-pharma, you have done the pharma, except chemistry. So, let's get started with the pharmaceutical chemistry portion of this NIPER JEE model paper. So, we'll be having the pharmaceutical chemistry. So, first of all, we are having 32 questions from the pharmaceutical chemistry and the allied subject. Then we will be having the specifically pharmaceutical analysis portion as well. So, the first question that we are having, that is, one of the following does not contain piperidine moiety in its structure. Is it mepivacaine, cyclomethylcaine, lidocaine, or bupivacaine? So, let's have the answers. Let me have the answers. What you have marked in your model paper. So, for the compound, for the drug that is not having, for the structure that is not having the piperidine moiety, does not having the piperidine moiety, that will be the lidocaine. That will be the lidocaine. So, lidocaine is the right answer for this question. Which of the following is a polyene antibiotic with 7 conjugated double bond and internal ester free carboxy group and the glycoside chain with the primary amino acid? So, we are having conjugated double bond, 7 conjugated double bond polyene. So, for the polyene we are having amphotericin B, but in this question there was no any amphotericin. So, this was actually the wrong options. The options were wrong given here. Okay, so this was not amylase, it's a enzyme. We are having what? We are having the amphotericin B as the right answer for this question. There was some error in this options. Okay, it was having a typic error. Next, we are having cineol is a terpene belonging to the class of monoterpene, diterpene, sesquiterpene, or we are having the triterpene. So, we are having the cineol. So, cineol belongs to the class of monoterpene. They belongs to the class of monoterpene. So, A option is the right answer for this one. A option was the correct order of energy in the given covalent bond. So, we are having the given covalent bonds. So, you have to find out the order of energy. Energy, that is what? So, bond energy, we are talking about the bond energy. The shorter bond length will be having the larger bond energy. So, the shortest bond here will be seen for the bond of what? Hydrogen-hydrogen bond will be having the shortest bond length. As the hydrogen-hydrogen bond length is the shortest, so it requires the highest amount of energy. So, the bond energy for this bond will be the highest. So, we are having HH, yes, that is correct. Here also we are having the hydrogen as the what? Largest bond energy. So, this is incorrect, this is incorrect. After that we are having carbon hydrogen and then carbon chlorine, but here we are having the carbon carbon and the carbon chlorine. So, that is not specifically mentioned here, but hydrogen hydrogen, then carbon hydrogen, then carbon carbon, then the carbon chlorine. So, A option was the correct one for this question. Option A is the right one. A option is the correct one. In sequence rule, the priority of the following atoms attached to chiral carbon decided on the basis of. So, we are asking about the sequence rule, that is for the CIP. This is actually about the CIP, and the CIP is having 4 rules. First, the highest atomic number atom, the highest atomic group will be having the highest priority. For the case of isotopes, you will be moving for the for the case of isotopes, we will be moving for the atomic masses, and later on we will be having the first point of difference, if we are having same atoms attached to the zero center are same, we are having the same atoms, then move to the next person that is directly bonded, that is directly attached with that particular atom, that is having the higher atomic number. And the last one, that is what? The multiple bonds. In the case of multiple bonded atoms, that is counted as that multiple times. So the sequence rule will be having atomic mass, atomic number. Okay, so the first rule, that is higher the atomic number, more will be the priority. More will be the priority. British anti-Leucistic, BAL is the name of penicillamine, dimercaprol, defeprone, and the melarsoprol. So this is dimercaprol. So dimercaprol is known as the BAL, that is what? British anti-Leucistic, BAL, British anti-Leucistic. Eugenol and isoeugenols are, so eugenol and the isoeugenol are strong acid. No, these are not bases, they are acid, but very weak acids. They are weaker acids, so weak acids will be your correct answer. Which of the following is more polar? Which of the following is more polar? Polarity. Benzene is non-polar. This one is non-polar. No polarity is present here. Chloroform, water, acetone. So highest polarity is seen in the water with the highest dielectric constant. So the dielectric constant is highest for the water. So highest polarity will be seen for the water molecule. C option will be having the correct answer for this question. An alkaloid present in the opium having smooth muscle relaxant effect. So alkaloid present in opium with smooth muscle relaxant effect is morphine, codeine, papaverine, or narcotine. So this one is none other than the papaverine. This one is having the what? Smooth muscle relaxant effect. So papaverine will be your right answer. Classification question. 1,1-dimethyl-cyclohexane is optically inactive too. 1,1-dimethyl-cyclohexane. We are having 1,1-dimethyl. Okay. Cyclohexane. No chiral carbons is actually present here. So presence of restricted rotation. This is responsible for the geometrical isomers. Because of the restricted rotation, we will be having the geometrical isomerism possible. So this is not the case for this one. Absence of plane polarized light rotation. Yes, because of no chiral carbon, PPL will not be rotating. So this can be your right answer. They are meso. No, there is no any symmetry element. No polarization of light. Polarization of light is not seen by the chiral molecules. Polarization is done by the what? Calcite crystal, that is Nicole prism. So no relation for the polarization of the light. Because of no deflection, no rotation of the plane polarized light, that is why the compound is thought to be optically inactive. That is why it is optically inactive, because there is no any chiral carbons present in this structure. Torsion angle, that is what? Dihedral angle. That is what? Dihedral angle. So dihedral angle in the case of staggered form, staggered conformation. In the staggered conformation, the dihedral angles are, so these are 60 degree. This is 60, this one is 60, this one is 60. All the bond are at 60 degree bond angle. So the dihedral angle in the case of staggered is 60 degree, while in the case of eclipsed, it will be 0 degree. In the case of eclipsed, it is 0 degrees. Okay, and in the case of staggered, it is around 60 degree. So staggered will be 60 degree, and that is why they are more stabilized. One of the following does not show enantiomerism. Lactic acid is having chiral carbon. Lactic acid is having chiral carbon, so this will be having the optical activity. Isopropyl chloride, no, this is not having chiral carbon. Why? Isopropyl chloride. This is the isopropyl chloride. So no chiral carbon is present. Chloroiodomethane sulfonic acid. Methane with sulfonic acid. Let's suppose this one is SO3H. Chloroiodomethane sulfonic acid. So this one is having chiral carbon. So this must be having the optical activity. Secondary butyl chloride. Secondary butyl chloride. This one is CH3, chloride H and C2H5. So different. All the four groups are different. This is also having the chiral carbon. So this is optically active. This one is optically active. This one is optically active. But the isopropyl chloride, because of having no chiral carbons, no asymmetric carbon, this will be having optically inactive compound. This will be the optically inactive one. Option B will be the right one. Option B will be your correct answer. Now, which is a stereo mutation? Stereo mutation is change in the configuration just because of changing one group around a chiral carbon or a asymmetric carbon. So by changing one of the position of groups, you can have racemization. Yes, in the case of a single chiral carbon person. For the case of lactic acid, you can have just change in the OH and H, you will be having the racemic formation, racemic mixture. So racemization is possible. Epimerization, epimers is actually a phenomena of change in configuration around one chiral carbon. So yes, that is correct. Asymmetric transformation, yes, that is also possible. So all of these are the right answer for the stereo mutation. In the case of stereo mutation, all of them is the right answer. Plus lactic acid is plus that is dextro form lactic acid. So this one is what? Dextro-rotatory. Levo-rotatory, for levo you have to use minus or L. Meso is not possible in the case of lactic acid. So the right answer will be the dextro-rotatory. Right answer will be the dextro-rotatory. Which amino acid shows fluorescence? Which amino acid shows fluorescence? So fluorescence is shown by what amino acid that are having the aromatic rings, conjugated systems? Glycine, tryptophan, glycine, or the cysteine or the serine. So this tryptophan, tyrosine and the phenylalanine, these three rings are having what? Aromatic rings. So we are having one of them here. So tryptophan will be first absorbing the energy and going in the excited state, and when by emitting out the radiation, emitting the energy, by what? The mechanism by which it is showing the fluorescence. Going back to the normal state, in the this will be having the tryptophan will be having the what? You can say fluorescence effect. Which sulfonamide drug contains pyridine ring in its structure? So which sulfonamide drug contains pyridine ring? Mephenide, sulfadimidine, or sulfasalazine, sulfacetamide? Which will be having the pyrimidine? So this is having amide, this one is having what? Sulfasalazine is having the sulfasalazine will be having the pyridine ring present, sulfasalazine. In which synthesis Curtius rearrangement is employed? Curtius rearrangement is employed in paraxylene, tranylcypromine or fluoxetine. Next we are having imipramine. So for the tranylcypromine we are having Curtius rearrangement. We are having the Curtius rearrangement, EDTA. So this one is again a simple question. It is how many? It's a hexadentate ligand. This one is a hexadentate ligand. In a compound X, formula C2H7N shows doublet at 3423 centimeter inverse and 3236 centimeter inverse. Assign the bands to it. We are having what? So this one will be C2H7N actually. So this one will be what? This one will be CH3, CH2, NH2. Alright, CH like this. We are having what? So this will be having the bands at the NH2. So CH3 is not at all. Okay, CN unsaturated, CH2 is not possible. It is only NH2. It will be the NH2 only. By adding SDS, sodium dodecyl sulfate, during electrophoresis of proteins, it is possible to determine a protein's isoelectric point. No, that is not possible. Determine protein's specific activity. No, the protein becomes denatured by adding this. Preserve a protein's native structure and biological activity. No, because denatured, so no phenomena can be seen regarding this. Separation of proteins exclusively on the basis of molecular mass. Yes, so the SDS does what? This one, that is, we can separate the proteins on the basis of molecular masses, by adding the SDS. A substance decolorises bromine solution in CCl4 and cold dilute neutral permanganate solution. The substance is, so we are having a substance that decolorises bromine water, means we are talking about the unsaturated bond, okay, and with respect to, and it reacts with the permanganate solution, neutral permanganate solution as well. So Bayer's reagent. So this is regarding the alkene. Unsaturated compound alkene reacts with the bromine water. okay, and give you anti-addition bromination, anti-addition of bromine, and with the permanganate it reacts, and we are having what? With the bromine, with the reaction of Br2, we are having anti-additions of the bromines like this, and with reaction to K-4 permanganate, we are having the diol formation on the cis side. Diol formations, diol formations. So this is alkene that shows both these reactions. So alkene will be having the properties, alkene will be having these properties. Morphine undergo microsomal oxidation by, so morphine undergoes microsomal oxidation by N-dealkylation, yes, that is correct one. Aromatic hydroxylation, no. Oxidative deamination, no. Orthodealkylation, no. So the N-dealkylation, by this N-dealkylation, morphine will be undergoing microsomal oxidation. Microsomal oxidation. 2-hydroxy-5,9-dimethyl-6,7 benzomorphan. Benzomorphan derivative is, which one is pentazocine? Pentazocine, yes, that is correct. Hydrocodone, no. Codeine, no. Buprenorphine, no, that is also incorrect. So the pentazocine will be your right answer. Pentazocine will be your right answer. Normality of concentrated HCl is approximately, so this is a direct question. The normality of HCl is 11.7. It is 11.7. 11.7. Para-nitroacetophenone is a starting material for the synthesis of para-nitroacetophenone. We are having para-nitroacetophenone is a starting material for chloramphenicol. Yes, that is correct. Cliquinol, no. Cleoclinol, no. Nitrofurantoin, no. We have to use the nitro group, no. All of these. So the right answer will be the chloramphenicol. For this, you will be having the chloramphenicol as the right answer. Oxochrome is the group that shows the following effect on absorption band in UV spectrum. Oxochrome, you will be having what? Oxochrome increases the absorption, and it increases the absorption. It means what? They must be having increase in the bond wavelength as well. So wavelength and the absorption both increases by oxochrome. So decrease in absorption, no, that is incorrect. Increase in wavelength, decrease in absorption, this one is given wrong. Absorption wavelength is increased, okay, so this was correct here. Decrease wavelength, no. Increase in absorption, this was given correct here. Increase in absorption, yes, that is correct, and wavelength, yes, that is correct. So both the given points are correct, so this is wrong, this is wrong. Only D option is given correct. Increase absorption and increase in the wavelength. Absorption is increased and the wavelength is also increased. That will be the right one. Synthesis of 𝙂𝙂𝙎𝙎𝙎 involves, so 𝙂𝙂𝙎𝙎𝙎 synthesis involves Diels-Alder condensation, yes, that is correct. Manage reaction, no. No-Evangelist condensation, no. Polo-Novoski reaction, no, that is also incorrect. So Diels-Alder condensation will be having 𝙂𝙂𝙎𝙎𝙎 synthesis seen, so by Diels-Alder condensation. Codeine is a morphine derivative, but morphine with 3-methyl, no 6-methyl, 3, okay, no 3,6, 3-methyl morphine. So 3-methyl morphine is known as what? Codeine. 3-methyl morphine is known as codeine. What is the starting material for the synthesis of indomethacin, indole acetic acid derivative we are having? So what is the starting material for this? Anisole, para-anisidine, para-chloroaniline, no, and phenetidine, no. So we are having para-anisidine. Para-anisidine, that is the starting material for the indomethacin, that is indole acetic acid derivative. What is the chemical class of zolpidem? Zolpidem is having what class? Idobenzene, imidopyrimidine. Next we are having imidazopyridine or the cyclopyrrolone. So zolpidem, what? Zolpidem, that is imidazopyridine. 6-dimethylamino-4,4-diphenyl-3-heptanone is, we are having 6-dimethylamino-4,4-diphenyl-3-heptanone. This one is what? We are having one. So no one, 8 ester, no, we are having only this one, that is having what? Ketone. So yes, that will be methadone. That will be the methadone. Anti-inflammatory activity of arylconic acid. So arylcanoic 𝘎𝑎𝑙𝑘𝑛OIC acid, anti-inflammatory activity of 𝘎𝑎𝑙𝑘𝑛OIC acid is associated with what? R minus enantiomer, E form, S plus enantiomer, or the S form. So yes, there is no any optical geometrical scene, only optical activity. But for the R and S, the dextro form with S configuration is having what? Anti-inflammatory activity in the aryl alkanoic acid. The dextro form and the S configuration, dextro and the S configuration. All right, now for the analysis we are having, which of the following will produce doublet in its NMR spectrum? So doublet in its NMR spectrum will be shown by which? Isobutene is having no hydrogen. Just after the CH3 we are having what? This one. So isobutene, we are having the isobutene, not the propene. So this one is having no hydrogens, so no doublet, no splitting will be seen. 2-methyl propane will also be having no anythings regarding this, that is seen. 2-bromo 2-methyl, we are having this one, CH3 bromine, 2-bromo 2-methyl propane will also be having no splitting. 2-bromo propane will be having, yes, here we are having one hydrogen. Because of one hydrogen, N plus 1, we will be having what? 2, doublet will be seen. Alright, so we will be having doublet in the NMR. This 1,2-dichloroethane is also having no any methyl, no any hydrogen. So the correct answer will be the C, that is 2-bromo propane. The mixture of hydrochloric acid and acetic acid can be titrated satisfactorily by? We are having hydrochloric acid, stronger acid, weaker acids. Acetic acid is the weaker acid, and the titration can be done. Mixture of this titration can be done by potentiometry? No, by conductometry. Okay, so by NaOH, reaction of the hydrochloric acid with the NaOH and the acetic acid with the NaOH will be having the ions formations, and with the conductometry we can clearly titrate this. So the right answer for this will be the conductometry, that is B option is the correct one. In the NMR spectra, how many peaks will be obtained for proton on the central carbon of 2-bromopropane? So for 2-bromopropane, we are having CH3, CHBr, and again we are having the CH3. So how many peaks? For the peaks we will be having what? 3 hydrogen on this side, 3 hydrogen on this side. So 3 plus 3, that is what? 6. So we are having 6 hydrogens, 6 neighboring hydrogens. So that is 6 plus 1, that is what? 7. So total number of peaks will be 7. Total number of peaks that we will be having here in the spectrum, we will be having the 7 peaks. And the doublet, you have already seen. Ninhydrin test is used to detect the presence of. So the ninhydrin test is used for alpha amino acid nitrogen. Yes, that is correct. Beta amino acid nitrogen, no. Gamma, no. What is this? Banks-Jones protein, no. The alpha amino acid nitrogen, for the detection of alpha amino acid nitrogen, you have to go for the ninhydrin test. Laser means laser, light amplification or light attenuation? No, it's a light amplification. So this one is wrong, this one is wrong. Light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, light amplification by simulated emission of radiations, light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, that is C option is having the correct full form of this laser. CO stretching is indicated in the IR spectrum in which range? So the CO, carbon oxygen stretching, that will be seen around what? That is seen around 1300. So here in this case B option we are having, that is around 1300. So that will be your correct option. B option will be the right one. The mass spectrum is plotted between height of the peak and relative mass, area of peak and relative mass, mass of ion produced and the relative abundance. Okay, relative abundance and the area of peak. So masses of ion produced and relative abundance, that is C option will be the correct one. C option will be the correct one for this. IR radiation is of low energy, and in the presence of a quanta of IR radiation, a molecule begins to rotate along its axis. vibrate along different vibrate in different levels, emit light in different directions, or cleave at different bonds. So whenever we are having IR radiation is of low, what is of low energy in the presence of quanta of IR, quanta of IR, what happens here? So the molecule begins to vibrate in different levels, vibrate in different levels. Hooke's law is the basis for Hooke's law, X-ray diffraction. No, IR spectrometry. What? IR spectrometry. Henry Moseley is for what? X-ray diffraction. Henry Moseley, that is relationship. It relates to X-ray diffractions. Head space analysis is done by, so the head space analysis is done by gas chromatography. Yes, here we are having GC, gas chromatography. Head space analysis. Control of pressure is important in dash spectrometry, UV visible, OIR, NMR, or the mass. So yes, for the case of control of pressure, that is important in the mass spectrometry. If mobile phase or stationary phase in HPLC is chiral, if mobile phase or stationary phase in the HPLC is chiral, enantiomers cannot be separated. Enantiomers can be separated. Enantiomers can be separated. Flow rate is to be reduced. No. Guard column can be used. No. Enantiomers can be separated. It is having the direct relation with the chiral mobile phase or the stationary phase. Only this one. Okay, so B option will be the correct. Okay, so that's it. That is all for the pharmaceutical chemistry questions that you have seen for the NIPER model paper number 6. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone. See you soon in again some other classes with some newer questions, newer topics.